A dream home turns into a code enforcement nightmare. This is Nightside. I'm Dave Wagner.
And I'm Courtney Robinson. Tonight, a homeowner in Hyde Park says it is a saga with the city with no end in sight. 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst got all sides tonight, including the city's, which is fining the owner $100 a day.
And Chris, that owner tells you he wants to get into compliance, but says the city won't tell him how.
And that really is the frustration for Lara, who just wants to build a new fence and a backyard grill. But really the headache was started by an unlicensed contractor who did work before he even bought the home.
Yeah, we just want to do a grill right here, a little cover, and just redo the fencing and stuff.
Lara says he's just a man who wants to barbecue.
A simple guy just want his grill for 4th of July, you know what I mean?
But Tampa's code enforcers are turning up the heat, shutting down the last part of a cosmetic renovation.
When you buy a house that's being remodeled, you don't know what you're inheriting, I guess.
Before Lara bought the house about 2 years ago, he says an unlicensed contractor remodeled the interior. When his current licensed contractor began work on a new porch and driveway, he says the city told him all of the recent work done, even work completed before he bought the home, needed a permit.
It's like pull a permit for the interior remodel. What interior remodel? What permit? It doesn't need a permit. So that's where the aggravation lies.
Julie McGill says whenever she emails the city, as recently as last week, she can't get a straight answer on what they need to do next.
There's no solution, and then they move so slow while people here are trying to get their lives together. But the city just crawls, and the fees tick away day per day.
Daily fines of $100 since October add up to more than $10,000, despite the city telling McGill there are no active permits under which the work can be inspected to comply with the existing violations. A city spokesperson tells me tonight the city's construction compliances team is responsible for verifying work is permitted and compliant with building codes.
Not many people know the system of the city, where to look at and everything, so it can be a little difficult.
Now, the city also says you can petition to have those fines reduced after the case is closed, but didn't say what more needs to be done on the homeowner and contractor part besides just pulling a permit that contractor says now is largely irrelevant.
Yeah, and Chris, the whole mess started over work done by an unlicensed contractor, something that happens really all the time here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and you remember we covered this Nightside last week, and here we have another case here tonight. Now, first, when a contractor gives you a license number, make sure that not only do you look up that license to verify that it's legit, but also give a call to the company that's listed as the license holder to make sure that the person you're talking to is actually an employee for that company. And if you're buying an older home, look for obvious upgrades like a new roof, and then make sure a permit was pulled for that work. If you don't see it, make sure you go back and talk to the seller about it. Live in Tampa, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.